over the weekend we had some issues, or not some issues. We had a game. Nigeria had a game in Morocco where we're looking to qualify for the Olympics in 2012, and under 23, the Dream Team 5 lost their game to Morocco. But here to look at the game and the future is our in-house sports analyst, Mr. Dapo Daramola. Welcome.
Always a pleasure, my brother. And nice to have you back. You're looking fresh.
Oh, fresher than you? Let's leave the freshness and go to Morocco. What do you think about game in Morocco?
Well, the first game we played against Morocco, sad. Very, very sad, because
what would you blame it on? The build up to that game?
There was no cohesion. No cohesion, no understanding. The ball movement was, there was no connect. Are you considering the fact that these boys did not, in quote, really train as they should have? That is the problem of the technical crew. He got himself busy looking for foreign-based players, while we can actually piece a team together at home. At least that's why it's always good to be prepared. For me, I think Eguavon went on a wild goose chase, because many European clubs will not let their players go at this very crucial time when they are crossing over from the December, the first half of the season into the second half of the season. So all he should have done was to prepare himself, have a good team in place, ensure they are playing together, friendly games against local club sides, friendly games against some other teams within, having that understanding, and that will have put them in better stead. Rather, he was busy looking for almost 10 players from the league abroad. Joel Obi looking for Ahmed Musa, looking for Gallo. Many of them,
Dapo, hold on here. Are you implying that we should cease looking for this foreign-based players?
Naturally, because you're not going to get them. This is not the first time. Where almost every club, almost every country at this particular tournament have similar problems. Even bigger clubs in Europe, bigger countries in terms of world football, had the same problem. So it's not anything strange to us trying to secure the services of players, who are applying their trade in Europe, and we don't get them. This is not the first time. Don't forget, when we were, Siamsi Siasa had the same issue. Taiwo, Mikel Obi, very difficult to get them, to play when we're going to Beijing. So it's not a new problem. It's not as if it's a new crisis. And FIFA has said, we are not going to step in. This is strictly an Olympic, IOC affair. We can. It's not a FIFA per se calendar, event. So we just have to, understand and manage the situation. So knowing that it is what it is, I felt they should have prepared more, look inward, pick more of their own base players, rely more on them, and then build a team. What we have right now is a squad. I'll give an example. The moment Kingsley Udo had that injury, like as we're seeing right now, which was barely 5 minutes into the game, the defense line, was torn into pieces. Because what it means is that we were not prepared for that kind of situation. And in training, these are the kind of situations you prepare for. If you have one man down, if you have considered an early goal, all these things, how do you react to those kind of situations? So for me, the forward line were not as lethal was not as lethal as I expected. Don't forget, we had Jude Aneke, who is highest goal scorer in the league. If the coach had shown enough confidence in all these players, not making them look as if they are second rate. Because what it means for their psychology is that going into this game, many of them saw themselves as alternative B. Okay, if we don't get these foreign-based players, then we can turn to you guys. But if you are giving them a sense of, hey, this is a team, if we get these guys, okay, fine, to complement, and they may not even pick the automatic shot, but so you create that kind of situation in camp. But what we had was the coach was even going into the tournament. He said it. He said, I'm going with a weaker side. The team is weakened because we couldn't get most of the so-called Team A players.
Okay, now
so for me, psychologically, it's not the best for these players. It didn't help them in their first game. We have 2 crucial games coming, which I don't know.
We're playing today, and an official of the NFF actually said Eguavon shouldn't say anything that he's incapable, in quote, and asked that the chief coach of the Super Eagles, go join him there, in other words, to boss time and all that. But we have a game today. What should we be looking forward to?
Well, like I said, the coach must, I don't know how he's going to do it. I hope it's not too late.
But would Keshi's presence make any difference?
Maybe just to kind of, well, it could. If you consider the fact that maybe they need somebody to inspire them, Eguavoen may not be looking up to him anymore at this time, because in the first place, he never believed in them. So maybe they need somebody who will come and correct the wrong, right the wrong, by telling them, hey, you guys, you are everything we have, blah, blah. You see, if you do not have a coach, who you can look up to, if you do not have a coach who can motivate you, okay, who can inspire you to get things done, it's already half, problem in your hands. So, which I think the team has right now. You cannot be going into a tournament and say you are going with, you are calling the players, they are not your best. So if they don't give their best on the pitch, you already have an alibi. That's what you're saying.
Okay.
So for me, that's where the problem lies. My fear is, my worry is, I hope it doesn't work against us. We are playing Senegal. They lost their first game 2 to Algeria. They're going to come out smoking. And except to get our acts right, I don't know why they're even forcing Kingsley Udoh to come back. I think it's too early. Looking at the injury, I don't think he should be forced back. I think, it shows you must have confidence in the man who has come to replace him. We have seen tournaments where the star player, exits in the first, maybe the first game, and you are able to inspire confidence into the other players, and they're able to do the job. But if you keep giving them an impression they can't do the job, it doesn't bring them to that level which they should be at a major tournament on a big stage like this. And that's my biggest fear.